welcome to another quarterfinal in the Genesis AoE4 Tournament. In the blue, we have Hera, a very well-known player in the Age of Empires 2 scene, and he's up against RecoN. RecoN in the red, and wow, are they close together here. RecoN, coming from other games, did have experience in Age 2, reached top 100, but Nili, who's with me, said that maybe RecoN will be able to beat Hera today. I'm excited.
RecoN, a guy that already played the early alphas, was a feedback tester there and heavily jumped onto the open beta and closed beta. Was, I think, top 5 there as well. And yeah, extremely motivated. One of our 2 non-full-time players.
Yeah, non-full-time, I think working a full-time job, and said something to you along the lines of he's busy with that job right now. So it would be really cool for him if he could maybe start a bit of a boost in his career. But these players are really close together. And, Mongols Rus, a matchup we had seen earlier in one of the other quarters, and Hera finds out pretty quickly where RecoN is located.
RecoN going for an early stable, probably wants to go for a horseman and try to deny all those deer. Obviously, Khan not that great, and Hera will find some kills playing the Rus.
Yep, so you got a bit of gold for that. And it actually took Hera a while to find that, because he went to the north and there wasn't anything there. I don't know if that's standard, but in some other games I've seen them find the hunt a lot faster than that. So just something to consider as we see the stable going right next to the Uvu, and now you can produce double the scouts if you wish to. Not too bad.
See if that's the case. No, goes for double scouts. Okay. Way cheaper and still might find the kills against all those deer. Quite interesting that RecoN didn't finish the deer in the center there. Only killed 1.
Deer in the center. I'm blind, Nili. You know this. Deer in the center.
2 minutes, 4 seconds, and he killed only 1 deer relatively in the center of the map.
Totally see that.
Where his Khan was.
Here comes the Khan now, and I think it took RecoN a longer time to find out where Hera is. This is a bit of a weird map, Jen. They're very close to each other. Usually you've got twice the distance, I'd say, between yourself and the enemy. So if there's like a rush advantage to either Civ here or either opening, expect that to do a little bit more than it would usually do.
Hera actually fighting those wolves. Interesting, because TCs obviously deal with them so nicely, but since it's so far away from the TC, apparently goes for a different approach.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of work. Hera's certainly got the ability for that. You see then the scout there in the north, and you see these scouts now attacking. They're trying to kill the wolf, actually. It kind of looked like these scouts there got trapped.
Next to the gold, right?
Yeah.
Somehow.
And I think
wolf went down.
I think RecoN killed the... Oh, did the TC do it? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Very
25 gold there for Hera. He's at 175 bounty already.
These are weird games, right? Because a lot depends on how successful the rushes are. Whereas, like, other openings, like the Frank Wars we've seen, you just know, okay, not going to see a lot until Feudal Age. Then it's going to be Knights. But it's about the opening and the decision, but also the execution a whole lot more than other
Hera
things.
is so good. Find so many deers. Still didn't find the ones at the bottom, though. But simply look at his gold. Already collected 300 gold. Only 2 bounties.
Yep, he's got wolves coming back. You know what's weird about this is, like, trying to stop someone from killing the animals is pretty RNG based if you think about it, right? It's like, the animals can be at different locations, and you just gotta hope you run into their scouts to maybe kill the wolves for them too. Here you've got the deer. But I feel like if you were to have this matchup played 5 different times, you'd have 5 different instances where the Rus or Mongols players had more or less success.
Yeah, probably, but it's 4 different deer spots around the map, right?
Yeah.
2 of them have to be close to you, and then also wolves are relatively even spawning. Yeah, there's some randomness to it,
but
I still feel you have like 3 scouts out. You should find some.
Yeah. I honestly just feel bad for the scouts who have to wander out there just to see what's up, and they just see dead bodies everywhere. Like, that'd be freaking me out. Like, no thank you. As Hera, again, choosing to just kill the wolves with his scout. He's got to be careful with the one to the left side. And here he is now torching the Uvu, so that's gotta... Well, he might just move around, truthfully, but new age begins now for Hera as he heads over to the gold, where there's an outpost going up, but it is not complete yet. Still should be addressed I like how Hera's being aggressive, though. I like how he's forcing some reactions from RecoN. One of my favorite things.
Yeah, and he will go for the stable, so he will have knights out as well. If he gets more food here, floating quite some gold already. And now the first knight, nice timing. And the question will be, what is RecoN going for to address that?
Yeah. See the micro there from Hera as he runs away with fewer units. Does RecoN have anything here? He's going for deer stones right now. It's not bad here. He's got a lot within this within the range. Good job from Hera. I actually didn't pay attention. I think he killed all the other wolves. It would make sense, right? Because there's no wolves and that very weak scout is on the way back. So, sick stuff from him.
395 gold, or 395 bounty.
Not bad. All right.
Finally, the barracks here for RecoN. Quite interesting that he waited till Feudal Age to build that one. He could have built it earlier.
Yeah. That's surprising indeed. And Hera's just done such... He's got so many weak units running around, and he's getting value, whether it's killing units or it's just scouting. He does lose one after I compliment him on that, but still, like, I mean, he's known for that in Age 2 as well, right? Really good at pulling back the weak units and healing it up with monks, for example, if you're talking knights. Post game here so far, 24 eco for RecoN. You've got Hera sitting at 25. It's probably 25 to 25, to be honest. And we even have the board going down.
Enough for a TC now. So we'll drop that one next to the berries. Quite interesting.
Where'd you say that was? Sorry, you said in the south?
No, next to the berries.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was going to say south. Didn't see any berries there. TC up for Hera. Feels like, I mean, players kind of feeling it out a little bit, but I feel like Hera's having a little more success with what he wants to do. Because you would feel like if you boom, you add the TCs, you're not going to invest into as much military. But then again, we could see these scouts maybe do some damage. And if those scouts do damage, then that's what we've been talking about.
I'm not too sure if we see so much. Oh, look at that. Stealing those carcasses.
Oh,
fixed and gone.
All right. I wouldn't want to eat that meat because it's been sitting out there a while, but no decay in Age 4. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's pretty hard to kill Vils. They're close to the TC. Probably better to bring those resources back home. And, oh, the Khan. Getting another kill here. Okay, RecoN. Not too bad. Get it, RecoN.
So the question is still, what is RecoN's play going to be here? You could easily go for another barracks and try to make something happen, like a push with mass spearmen and rams.
Yeah.
Don't really see it happening too soon, though. And I don't understand that outpost. Someone has to explain that to me.
Outpost on the gold?
No, the RecoN outpost behind his stable and archer range.
I don't know. I will say, as a counter to not being able to understand it, I really do feel like outposts are at a place where you can just kind of toss them down. They're not... Maybe I'm wrong on this, right? But it only being 100 wood isn't too bad for what they offer. You can... Like, a big thing here is just saving your villagers for a certain period of time, even without the damage. But it's not like he has many vills there, Nili. You are right on that.
Double archer range here by Hera. Surprisingly enough, he doesn't have both his TCs in the same group. Had a queue of 3 villagers in one, and the other TC was idle. So single queuing that one. And now goes for farms.
Okay. Is this maybe where the AoE2 brain starts to hurt a little bit for Hera? Because, like, we've talked about... I mean, you brought up how farms just don't really seem to be the early play in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm.
Hera's known for his farming in AoE too. It's like defense, farm, lots of eco, lots of Vils. Maybe be an issue for him right now. He is ahead in Vils though. He's like
obviously
6 Vils ahead.
2 TC play against 1 TC play.
Yeah.
But I think RecoN will get to Castle Age pretty soon.
Yeah.
Now starts to outpost rush, and I think then it should be siege pikemen, and I don't see how Hera can do anything there.
Yeah, that's been a really strong strategy today, hasn't it? We've seen that a few times in the quarters. Forward outpost, it very much reminds me as Hera goes in and snipes a Vil. And he will also see the Age 3 landmark going up for RecoN. But
which means
Marine Lord
50% faster gold income. So he knows,
Sick.
okay, opponent is not only going for trash units.
Wow, okay, so remind me the cost of a ram again. I'm trying to think about how much gold is actually going to be spent on some of these units in RecoN's comp.
300 wood, nothing else.
Yeah, okay, so wood for that, and then the spearmen cost food wood. Is it gold? I think it's food wood,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So-
we don't need that much gold. I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah.
9
mean-
gold here, and will be way more soon.
Oh man, there's so much food being brought back. You love to see that if you're Recon. Did Hera spot that outpost there? I feel like he should have seen that. The outpost doesn't have as much range as the scouts have vision.
Only now the wooden fortress here
Oh,
for
but
Hera.
it was in the stealth forest, so he wouldn't see it. Yeah, if it was anywhere else, he would have spotted that. That's really fascinating. Like,
The Carcass is still at the bottom of the map. Probably that's where RecoN is heading. Now reaches Castle Age. Same goes for Hera. It's very similar timing.
Yeah, really. And you've got Recon here with 20 military, 37 eco. You've got Hera sitting at 47 eco but low military. We've seen this a lot today, and I have seen the military win out in every situation. So Hera's got to use his military, and I guess the counter to this would be men at arms, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or maybe Mangonel or something behind. Siege Workshop play for Hera. He's a guy who really loves the Knight Springled composition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Springled anything seems to be quite strong. Springleds are really strong right now. I was, and I still am, uncertain on a lot of things with H4, but I have to say the whole Stealth Forest thing is really fascinating. Especially because it's right between the two players. So that probably doesn't happen every time. You could see they're kind of spread around, and RecoN says, okay, let's use that. And when they're so close together, I could really see a ram push working well. He's got so much
Hera
gold, though,
now
Nili.
goes for the first Springled. Villager count 40 for RecoN, and we see Hera sitting on 53. Not the craziest advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if the eco player has time, they will usually win if the military numbers can of course, even out a little bit.
Springled now goes for Horse Archers. It's basically the Cavalry Archer.
Hera doesn't
Springled
have
now from RecoN.
Hera doesn't have any clue that there. Well, he doesn't know the outpost is there. He might expect there's an army there, but still. Now he sees some Springleds coming out of the stealth forest. Oh boy! And God, that unit is so insane. Not very good against buildings though, so you would need rams if you want to do damage to buildings.
Okay, let's see. Springled taking some damage from the TC. Not the most important thing though. This will be interesting. I would love to see some rams being added indeed.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we saw in previous cases, and there you have it. What Hera has really done a poor job at in this game is doing any damage to the Mongol player here, and Hera just lost a few villagers. He's got idols everywhere, and this is going to get increasingly more difficult for Hera as he loses another villager if he doesn't deal with this soon.
Uh-oh. Now 2 Springleds against 3. Make it 1 ram being added as well. Those scouts could come in really handy in sniping those
Oh my God.
Springleds.
The military numbers, it's 40 military with 45 villagers for RecoN. This is insane. He's got so much military. Hera's got like sub 10 military right now. He's got 14, excuse me.
And nothing to really deal with the siege.
No.
Springled versus Springled now moving in. Is that really the fight Hera wants to take? CA are trying to go in. Oi, oi, oi.
This is such an awkward spot for Hera to be in, and it's funny because someone earlier said, do you agree with Hera's comment that AoE4 is more about aggression? Well, where is it, Hera? This is AoE2 Hera right here. Seems like you can make so many military units and then backed up with those Springleds, man. What do you even do? Hera has to decide, do I take the fight or do I defend my TC? I don't know if he can do either right now. Oh, the snipes on the Springleds! With the Springleds!
Scouts are closing down as well. Oh god, 1 Springled left. The Horse Archers are coming in, but the TC is under so much pressure already.
You also have some units into the wood line. Hera's population is dropping big time. He's got 16 idols. he goes in here with the Horse Archers against the Springolds, but I just think there's too many Springolds here.
No answer, indeed. His Knight counterattack is not really happening, and that's such a compact army. Gold is now running out, but it doesn't really matter. The Springold number is just out of control.
Yeah, out of control, and look at RecoN on the other side. He hits the gold as well, and that was honestly, Nili, just utter destruction. Like, it was a little... We were a little unsure on how things would develop in the early stages. Hera was doing a great job with the multitasking and killing all the hunt. But that play with Mongols, not the first time we've seen it, just seems so strong. Hera needed more military there.
It felt like it. The Knight's not really getting the control, no outpost himself. And that is such an untypical Hera play. Like, as you mentioned before, like, that just 1TC, no army approach. And then I think trying to hold this, you have to go double Siege Workshop.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not the first time you said that, Nili. So like, it's nice for us with the bird's eye view to be able to realize that's your way back. But you know what I've realized with Mongols, and this is actually a crazy stat. Typically, win or lose, Mongols are going to have more stone and gold. It happens virtually every game, right? But they tend to lack with the food and the wood. RecoN is way ahead in food as well. So he dominated in every single statistical category, unless there's some weird bug with the stats. I know some of them aren't correct all the time, but
I wouldn't trust them too much. But I think resource collected feels really reasonable. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, anyways, trust them or not, RecoN wins the first game. This is a guy who works a full-time job against Hera, who's been one of the best H2 players for a few years and committing all of his time towards it. So. Great way for him to start it off, but if there is one thing you have to remember about Hera as a player, he is notorious for opening up important tournament sets, playing too defensively, and he has said that himself as well. So tends to open up a little too defensively, then starts to get more of a feel for the set, and he's a very good player when it comes to coming back after falling behind as well. And we have game number 2 here, Nili. Sadly for the viewers, they have to get used to a little bit of waiting time in between the games, but not too bad. It looks like we have Arabia here.
Okay, Hera's choice makes lots and lots of sense. French mirror to go for. Interesting choice. And we have a very early scout here by RecoN. Look at that. Villager into scout.
Interesting. All right, that is an approach. For those of you that are learning, that are new, you can produce scout from your town center. You're, of course, then down a Ville. Do they have the same production speed, by the way?
18 seconds.
Okay. I wanted to check that. Yep, looks like it's the case. And what do you think RecoN's going to do with that scout, Nili?
Probably find more sheep. I think that's the main goal of this one. Maybe... Well, look at that. He's already running next to Hera. Should be quite some control. And Hera is actually right-clicking his sheep. He's not guiding them with his scout. Maybe RecoN can steal one. Stole one sheep.
That's just so funny. The sheep's like stuck in the grass and then suddenly vroom, just runs over. But yeah, Hera
does it again.
A little lazy there. Like that is really bad.
Oh, this could be really bad for Hera. If that sheep is stolen, Hera is like playing with 4 sheep and RecoN like with 15.
Why though? Like this is a big thing with H4 is you got to run around and take him back to the TC. Guess a risk taker over here. And he's also working with one less scout. So even from here on out, he's probably going to be at a disadvantage there. It just seems like such a basic thing that Hera is misplaying on at the moment.
And to the top, you might find... Oh, you will find another pack of 3. That is so important for Hera.
Okay, there you go. Oof. Okay, pack of 3. And that'll start heading back. Okay, so if he brings those home, he doesn't lose those, maybe things will be slightly better for him. Similar openings, RecoN right now with 11 vills, 2 military. Hera probably with 12 vills, 1 military. And typically in French Wars, it is a race to those Royal Knights. Don't see much variation from that in this matchup.
Okay, Hera has 6. If he isn't running into the TC here, he should be absolutely fine. And yeah, he is not.
Okay, yeah, he looks fine. Is Hera going with too much on gold right now? We've got 3 on gold right now for RecoN. Granted, they probably want at different times, but Hera's got 5.
5 on gold, 220. He probably is going to build the landmark with the gold villagers. Yeah, okay, then it makes sense.
Yep, pulling a few off. He's actually rushing this down with a lot more. A lot of players have been going for 2 villagers to build this. And he has 5 building that. So less villagers working. Landmark will be up a little faster as we have 3 for RecoN on the other side, who's now making the lumber camp. Not bad timing. I like the builds for both players overall. Hera brings the sheep home just in time. And he had 6 there, Nili. So it ended up being pretty good for him. Actually, RecoN needs to make sure he brings some sheep home. He does have the sheep over, like, to the north.
Yeah, a bit surprising to me as well.
Is he misjudging that, or is he going to switch over to, like, another resource, possibly? I don't know. Maybe
I think he has another sheep there, or even 2 sheep there. I think he will be fine.
I really wish you
Drops
could...
them off in a minute.
You know how in Age 2 you can double-click the like, sheep or the carcasses and the trees and whatnot? Actually, I don't think you can double-click trees in the game, but I wish you could check. But yeah, it looks like now that I zoom in, there's 3 there, so he's fine for now.
Yeah. You always want to kill the sheep a bit earlier. I don't want to have the mass amount killing the sheep.
Yeah, that
takes just so much longer.
Yep. All right, Hera's going to be up here, and I'd say in terms of diversity, not the most exciting matchup, right? But there is a beauty in players trying to out-execute with the same thing. I quite like that. Not every game, but some of the old Hun War days come back to me when I think of a Frank War here. Every good RTS, I think, has something like that as well, where you've got that meta, you know what they're going to do, he knows what I'm going to do matchup, where you try and smash the other one in the face.
Yeah, there were some really bad ones in the history of StarCraft titles.
Yeah.
Not sure about Warcraft. Whether probably boring mirrors as well.
There's a wolf on the gold miners right now for RecoN.
Yeah. And villagers are not fighting back.
Yeah, there we go.
You need to right-click them.
Right, 2 scouts
First
chasing
night
Hera's
out.
1, so that's fine for Hera. And do you think the second scout paid off for RecoN? Because, I mean, he's been playing this out with 1 fewer villager right now.
3 sheep. I think Hera got really lucky by finding another 5 there. I think the game honestly could have been over if Hera clicked a bit further to the north, for example.
Hera, I mean, and expect more of this. He immediately goes in with the Royal Knight. The outpost was there, so good preparation there from RecoN. And Hera's gold is very much forward, so I think it's important for both players that they make outposts. And this is a better fight right now for RecoN. Hera's got to run home. He has less HP, but he does have the initiative, so he's going to run out again. If he can pick off a vill or 2, I think he'll be very happy with himself.
Absolutely. I'm not really sure if that's going to be the case, though. I'm a bit surprised how Hera microed that one. He actually moved to the side and tried to attack again. I'm not sure if that changes the attack animation if you melee attack.
I don't know, but he does show up here to the berries, and I think the villager went into the TC? But I don't see it, so maybe that vill actually went down there, Nili.
I don't think so. I think he mainly built the mill, and
so
yeah, there's all berries are still 250 food,
yeah.
He just built the mill to go for the professional scouts. Tries to go for hunt again.
This is the exact spot that Hera would like to find himself in. Constantly running in with units. And here he goes in. He goes in for the wood line. He might not kill a vill, though. He's got to be careful. TC gets it. Wow.
Now goes into the gold at the same time. 2 knights waiting. Villagers are getting in there.
Oh.
Did not find the kill. Great defense by RecoN.
Yeah, and he even pulled the one vill. He realized the vill wouldn't be able to make it into the outpost in time. But you've got to be thinking, like, RecoN has bent but not broken. Will he ever get a counter in of his own? Seems tough to justify right now, doesn't it? Because if he moves out, if he leaves his base with his military, Hera could just show up. Here comes Hera to check the berries. And there's RecoN, and Hera says, I'll take a vill kill here. He gets 1. He could go for 2. Yeah, I like how Hera's playing this. This seems to be much better for Hera right now.
Well, he needs chivalry, though. Otherwise, those low HP knights won't be too nice. Loses a scout in exchange, though.
I really wish RecoN was using his scouts in some way. He's collecting the hunt right now, so...
Yeah, he has professional scouts. Yeah.
He's going to bring them back. The next natural move for Hera would be to shift over towards the gold. Like, hit the berries, hit the gold, keep moving, but... And there's town centers, man. Like, it'd be a completely different game if the town center missed, right? You'd have a lot more potential for attack, and Hera's got to be real careful. Like you said, maybe wait for Chivalry.
I think then we would have way more walling, though.
You think we'd have more walling if there would be with the TC? Maybe.
Yeah. Because you need to protect your woodlines, right? We would have mass amount of walling woodlines to TCs and such.
I think little walls on woodlines is good. It's a skill element, but some people don't want the. You're right. It would probably lead to more defensive play. We just have 5 different wall nerfs in AoE4 within 2 years, similar to Age 2.
Right. Second stave or something we really need here for RecoN. Chivalry also not really
Hera's got his right
researched.
now. Huh. Interesting. Trying to look at the income per minute. It seems like it.
RecoN is 3 volts behind, actually.
Yeah, and he also has a weak one on the wood line. Hera doesn't see it, though. Oh, and the knight goes down. Very theatrical. I think RecoN right now is focusing so much on the professional scouts and defense, and he's hoping professional scouts will bring him that food that he needs to maybe recover here. But one disadvantage for Hera, I'd say, is he does have Chivalry now, is just that he hasn't killed as many vills as he would have wanted. RecoN's played so well defensively as he hops into another outpost.
Some idle time forced. And soon Hera should be exposed with his villagers, right? Out on the berries, out on the deer. So the moment RecoN feels safe at home, Hera should have losses.
He's waiting for just one fight here. If he gets one fight, if he can take out a unit or 2 from Hera, then he recovers. I have to say, impressive from RecoN as he just thwarts attack after attack after attack here.
But now at the gold, getting attacked there. Maybe second tower will be needed eventually. Might find another villager kill. Yep. Indeed he will.
He does, yep. 33 eco for RecoN with quite a few idols throughout this game. You look at Hera, he's at 39. So, you know, as long as Hera doesn't take damage at home, I think he'll be liking his position. He is leading with the income per minute on every resource, especially gold right now, which makes sense because of the amount of times we've seen villagers leave that gold for RecoN. As we see a market for RecoN. Wow, okay.
Surprises me. Still no Chivalry. I think that's an upgrade we desperately need.
I mean, it's an upgrade that pretty much everyone right now feels like balance-wise shouldn't be available in Feudal. And it's not even that like expensive. Like maybe they could price it out of Feudal Age. What it does, it's huge. And here's an opportunity for RecoN. Hera will probably have more numbers, but finally RecoN runs out across the map, which he hasn't done in a while. And he chooses not to chase because he expects Hera to have more knights, and that is indeed the case.
Uh-oh, that's a scary force in the center now. Double house being built around the gold there. Still no gold upgrade. Finally, Chivalry on the way. Knight production not really continuing. Has enough resources, but not enough villagers on gold to really keep up the production.
Oh,
There's
man.
a good attack for Hera.
Big attack for Hera, and perfect timing, too, because he has the other army distracted in the south, and Hera already had the villager lead. So already had the villager lead. He getting more villager kills, and those are villagers off of gold. So RecoN's not going to be able to make the numbers. Plus, Hera can just heal up with Chivalry. Chivalry, like you said, Nili, so necessary here. Very weird we have not seen that upgrade yet from RecoN.
Now, finally, the blacksmith finally is going for the attack upgrade. I would be surprised if Hera... Oh, Hera doesn't have the blacksmith.
Feel like that's going to be coming soon, right? You already have the numbers. You have Chivalry. It feels like the blacksmith will be the next move for Hera. I don't know if this is going to be the most effective counterattack. Hera not wanting to fight yet.
That's interesting. Some low HP knights apparently that he felt like, okay, more healing might be better. Now with 2 more knights, scaring RecoN away.
Yeah, into the stealth forest goes RecoN. The knights actually not following until they're through the stealth forest. That's interesting. You'd think that you would at least hear them in the stealth forest, because these knights are loud, man. Like,
maybe you do, maybe you do.
yeah, that's a good question, because, like, you know how onager cutting can be heard through the fog in Age 2? It'd be cool. You have to move quietly with your knights. So what's going to happen in this game, Nili? It looks like Hera's going to go Castle Age. He's banking up res. I feel like the opportunity for RecoN is coming. If he's able to take fights before Hera gets blacksmith upgrades, especially, and goes Castle Age. Oh, great fight for Hera. Maybe just what he needs to buy himself that time to go castle.
48-16, 39-18. So solid lead for Hera when it comes to economy. RecoN slightly ahead. And now adding a third stable. RecoN is trying to play this one feudal age all in.
That's a good call. I mean, at this stage, Hera has outplayed him, I'd say, in most of this game. And Hera's he's doing the right thing here. If he has just enough to hold from this attack in the Castle Age, he will be the stronger of the two players here, and he's just bracing himself. Something that Hera's quite good at. I mean, this plays out a lot differently, but he's quite good at that. In Age of Empires 2, getting a lead, macroing his way to superiority. So he waits for now. Now, how important are blacksmith upgrades here, Nili? Because I feel like the blacksmith upgrades don't matter too much in Feudal Age, but I could be way off base with that comment.
If it's honestly only one attack, I don't think they will do too much either, yeah.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm thinking. But he does also have extra armor right now. So, let's see. Hera pulling back. Hera knows he's just got to wait out that clock. And I think this is where you typically see an all-in push from RecoN. You've got to engage the second you see Hera is in the next stage.
Knight count 17. Knight count on the other side. We are looking at 22. So 5 more knights. Upgrade for Hera. Oi, 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 is coming in.
Oh, he's got to leave the gold
Really
at the
short
very
upgrade.
least. And you said what, Nili? Sorry?
Really short upgrade.
Yeah.
Only 30 seconds to upgrade the two better knights. Oh, goes for the stable. Tries to get the stable.
No way. Well, it's a short upgrade. He won't get the stable before the upgrade comes in, and Hera maybe even baiting him into the fight just to get the upgrade. Now he'll get it. So he will have the upgrade now. They're veterans now. Will it matter? That's a lot of numbers from RecoN. Can he do this somehow? Big fight here, and Hera, again, still doesn't have those blacksmith upgrades.
Oh, that's going to be tricky. More knights
the pathing.
against the TC fire still helping out. And I think the TC and the tower at the top just helped out so much.
Just enough, right? Hera then in Castle Age, he does defend it, and RecoN's correct to stay in that fight. But now, I mean, Hera has controlled this game every step of the way. He defended that attack. We got veteran Royal Knights up against just the Royal Knight, and there is a big difference in tankiness now. Plus, Hera has other options to go to in Castle Age. I think RecoN should try here, Nili. I think he should continue a bit longer, but I think it's going to look pretty brutal from here on out.
I think you don't need to try anymore. Like, your opponent has the same numbers as the age ahead, and you don't have a comeback mechanic.
No.
The only comeback mechanic is basically your opponent not using their army.
Hera's known for awful micro, right? Yeah.
He's just so active. He won't allow RecoN to just kill mass amount of villagers without fighting back.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's going to play on a little bit longer. He probably has felt like he's dead for a while. Call it maybe in like 10, 20, 30 seconds, and then, you know, just recoup. Forget about this game, move on to the next one. Hera won't be able to play with French anymore after winning with French here. And I think French is probably Hera's best civ. Though I don't know too much about Hera's current style. But
He
you know,
really likes Roos as well.
yeah, it makes sense.
So I think we might see them again.
Okay, yeah. I was not able to get the win with them in the first game. I think he had Roos. Yeah, he did. It was Roos against Mongols.
Berry villagers, Tristan.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of vills on berries. Oh, man. And Hera gets out of there quickly. Can you imagine if he killed all those villagers?
20 dead vills.
I mean, is that not a little risky from Hera? Like, he's got to split them up a little bit at least. Army stampeding around. Hera has spent a lot of time moving his eco around over the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, income is not that crazy good. Doesn't have a lot of villagers on gold right now. Where is he?
RecoN
he moved to the bottom.
RecoN has a 20 population lead, excuse me.
What?
Yeah, he's at 83. Wait, no, hold on. Oh, I got it backwards. I'm sorry. Okay. I was surprised when I said it myself. It's 69 pop, nice for RecoN, and you've got 85-ish for Hera. So I was wrong. My bad.
Or he checks a bit more out now, and I think if RecoN is taking this fight, he will end the game with that one. He needs to run away. Yeah, would be a really bad one, and even loses some of those now.
Yeah.
Royal Knights. Veteran Royal Knights faster than Royal Knights? Looks like it.
It looks like maybe like 0.1, 0.2. I don't know.
Speed.
Oh yeah, does it say here?
162 against 162. Okay. Wow, that's really weird.
Well,
They're still attacking.
yeah, that is odd. I guess like if you're running at the same speed and your attack rate.
So many more knights.
I don't know. I know that RecoN's probably dead here. I can tell you that much, but I don't have any other answers. Well, great
Charge
game
speed
here from
bonus.
Hera.
Ah, okay.
Say that again?
Charge speed bonus. If you charge in, you run a bit faster. So basically, your first attack
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
makes you run a bit faster.
And I guess you gotta like charge away.
Into a deer or something.
Into a deer, yes. You can run faster. RecoN continuing to fight on, and I think this is where the end, if he hasn't already assumed the end is here, this is where he gets told the end is here. We've seen get out of my game castles before. We're going to see get out of my game fights, and yeah, that's it here. It does have a counter going on, but I don't even know if you could call this a counter attack, because it's just counter losses.
Yeah, he's getting pushed away there, and now his town center fully surrounded. Pop 100 against Pop 65. There's not much going on for RecoN.
Yep. All right. So I can agree with you that maybe he should have called this one. He's continuing to play on while at an extreme disadvantage. Maybe he should be considering this. I don't think the town center is that strong. It's not going to deal with these numbers. Like, most of his eco isn't working right now.
Yeah,
But
he still has some eco at the bottom,
yeah.
which is giving him some resources, but honestly, like, if not a single villager on wood, only some on farms or some on food, it's not really working too well for you.
Yep, and GG. GG, score 1-1 in this set. Hera with a good response. Game 1 was way too defensive for the Canadian. He did not play that to his skill set, I would say, and so he goes for French here on Arabia. He goes to his comfort zone, and he was very aggressive, Nili. In a mirror matchup, you have to talk about minor differences. I don't think the second scout paid off for RecoN, because then he's down a villager. And, you know, we mentioned Hera maybe being a little bit fortunate with finding the sheep, because he did play greedy, but he had the better eco, he had the better engagements, and he just kept that the entire game.
I think Hera could have lost the game at minute 2 if he doesn't run into those 5 extra sheep.
That is one of those things that, like, Viper or Hera will always get lucky and find those sheep, but if it's you or I, we lose the sheep and we lose the game. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean,
At least I would.
yeah, I mean, that's how I feel sitting back here. Like that, the way he played that with the sheep seems unimaginable. The 2 scout play could just punish that so hard, and, you know, ended up working out just fine. Well played from Hera. It was pretty dominating with the stats near the end. Obviously, because it was over for some time. More food, more wood, more gold. RecoN had more stone. Congrats to him. We got a game here. RecoN in the yellow. It feels like every game 3 and 4 we get yellow.
Yeah, it was two games fours. Yeah, I'm not really
Yeah.
sure what's happening there. Yeah.
Because I can't pick color, but we have French for RecoN. And then we have the... Is that the roost there for Hera? I believe it is.
Yep.
Yep, he's killing the wolves already. So, you said French would be very good in this matchup. Can you explain why?
I think simply going knights v knights, which I think should be the pretty standard thing. You simply get the advantage that your knights are healing and the opponent's knights are not healing.
Yeah.
I think you are slightly strong as well, and you produce faster. So I think the standard approach of Roost doesn't really work here.
I'm trying to get a grasp of how the hunt is positioned on this map. Because there's like these 2 big groups of hunt on the rocks near RecoN. And I didn't see any near Hera, but I mean, he found it.
Hera got that completely. Oh no. RecoN needs to get the one at the top.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like, I don't want to say close to over, but a massive advantage for Hera. He already got 3 spots and a wolf.
I mean, we're 2 minutes into the game. What do you even do to stop that?
Well, you can build an extra scout, right? Hera's playing 2 scouts.
Okay.
Or you can find the scout of the opponent and kill that. But RecoN only found 1 sheep, didn't find the deers at the top. It's really unfortunate scouting for RecoN.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just wondering how the deer is supposed to spawn, to be honest. Because, like, it feels weird that there's two groups right there. Granted, it's close
one
to
should be
RecoN,
close to you.
Yeah. It feels weird that Hera didn't have one close to him, but he still benefits from it. So
Well,
he'll
I
have
think
no complaints.
his close one is as close as the one from RecoN.
Yeah?
Yeah, the
Unless
first
I'm
one.
missing it.
Well,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so.
Okay, my bad. It was already dead. Hera was real quick to all that.
Yeah. He crazy movement there with the scout, surely.
Yeah, meanwhile, RecoN's been
Now,
more
finally,
focused in
RecoN
the
should
other
get
area.
the deer at the top. Why is he not killing that? That's sloppy by him.
Yeah, he should be. Because Hera's going to find that otherwise, right?
Yeah, like quite easily. Goes for another wolf. Oh god, Hera's so far ahead. Tier 2 already.
I feel like this is Hera's best civ. like because he can
relatively
use
speaking.
all that. Yeah, he can use all that speed to take advantage of this mechanic. And I mean, RecoN, to be fair, should have denied the possibility with this other group of deer we just talked about. There's a school of cav for RecoN. It might be harder for him to compete now. Hera's just had more resources in the bank. Hera on the way. RecoN hasn't even clicked up. Well, sorry, I should say click up anymore, but he's not completed his. It's not really that close.
Builds it with 3. Hera builds it with 5. Obviously, he has to be earlier because he has to finish the stable first.
Yeah.
But he does not need to go on to gold that much.
Yeah.
And Hera finishes his 4th deer spot. He will get to 400 bounty by minute 4.
And this, like, okay, some aspects of it were a little fortunate for Hera, or maybe unfortunate for RecoN, you could say. But in the north, it's just inexcusable, right? That's something you've got to lock down. He went right through that. You have to know what civs you're playing against here. Maybe he underestimates it. Maybe because he beat the Roost before in game 1, so maybe he thinks whatever. But brings the sheep home right now, and Hera will be loving life with those resources. This is like the dream scenario for his civ.
Absolutely. Look at all the resources he already has in the bank. He couldn't even think about a second stable, honestly, here. Crazy.
All right. I mean, if you're fighting knight v knight, the Franks are gonna benefit from those engagements. But if you can afford more, get more on the map, numbers do matter here. Very nice map, I have to say. It looks quite nice. I like how open it is, and you know the potential to wall is there if you really wanted to at lower levels.
So what we want to say, though, is like walling, yeah, it is somewhat an option, but you have very limited wood.
Yeah.
So it's not a long-term plan. Plus, there's only one sacred site in the center. So
true.
that one being held is quite easy, and you could win games that way.
Okay. Yep. Very good points there. Yeah. And we had talked about how maybe we don't feel 1 is our favorite, but I think for this map, I kind of like it. Because you're going to want to be in the center anyways. I find it hard to believe all the gold will ever be used in this in a 1v1. But it is out there. You see RecoN sending his Royal Knight after the scout right now. He should be able to kill that, I think. Unless the movement speed's the same there. I'm not sure. But Hera's going to be sending his units out towards the center now. All about initiative, man. As Hera's killing another wolf, like who's going to take the initiative here? Who's going to get the early attacks in?
Well, let's see. Knight is coming over. 1 knight for the defense here for RecoN.
Sure.
That built the defensive tower. Something I realized, which I really like, is that RecoN is actually building the tower away from the opponent. So that if he sees the attack, the villagers can actually flee. I always build it towards the opponent, but then if the knights are in, I actually ran into the knights.
Yeah, that's a nice little detail. I mean, it would also change if you're up against ranged units, right? If you're up against the English, who might make longbowmen, then you want your tower more towards the front. Yeah, nice detail there, indeed. Seeing an awful lot of blue moving around right now. Hera, 25 eco, 5 military. You look at RecoN at 26 eco, 5 military, so not too bad. But he is protecting himself from these attacks. What's tricky for me, he is sending 2 Royal Knights out, is that Hera could just kill a Vil and run away and keep his knight alive, potentially. Okay.
Let's see, knights now coming in. Nice reaction by Hera. No reaction on the gold, though.
Oh, boy. You can't quick wall here if you're Hera. He doesn't have an outpost there, and a couple villagers should go down, surely. 1 goes down. We're going to see 2 go down, and the 3rd one should survive there into the TC.
Yeah. Oh, that's a risky commitment. 3 HP, and I think with charge, that knight should die.
Oh, he could end up losing 2 knights here, Nili. Doesn't have any support for this. I mean, they run at the same speed. So just don't, like, make any sudden movements here. And, yeah, Hera actually lets it go to turn around for this one. Oh, Hera! Oh, what a funny play that was. 1-for-1 trade. Good value there from Hera, though.
The double kill. Good one. And floating quite some gold here is Hera. 10 on gold with only... Oh, now he has double stable. But only 14 on food.
Just one Oh, no, excuse me. We've got the School of Chivalry and the stable for RecoN there. Actually, that's the blacksmith, excuse me.
That's an archer range behind
And he's got the archer range behind it.
I think this should go be double stable.
Why would you go archers here?
Must have anticipated the spearman of Hera.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe thinking spear knight from Hera, because Hera wouldn't want to go into better knights, but Hera is making his own knights up against knights, but Hera's been doing fine with that. The sucky thing about that gold position, it is very much forward, and you can only fit 5 villagers in each outpost, so you're doing a lot of pooling away from that with your additional vills if you're RecoN.
I think maybe even the second tower could make sense there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Hera's gold positions are great, but look at the confidence from Hera. He's got tons on gold already, and he's got 2 villagers, like the very foremost gold pile near his base. So, like, if a counter comes in, he's very exposed. He's even exposed on the hunting cabin that he's using. Yeah. It's just RecoN can't get over there. Hera controlling the game with military.
The archer range just makes so little sense, in my opinion.
I mean, he's not even using it at this point, unless I missed something. So, he probably realized, oh, okay, I don't really benefit from this.
Cavalry now coming in. Barracks being added by RecoN. Interesting choice. So it's Barracks, Archer Range, and School of Cavalry.
I mean, you do have the stronger knights. It's going to start looking like an AI army comp in a bit if he produces out of all these buildings, but maybe a mix of units could do something. Hera still just with all the control in this game, and I think even a position to take this fight, and he knows it. He's going to go in, he's going to take the fight, and that's a good fight for him to take. Plus, the villagers are pulled off of gold. He won't finish off the game or anything, but not bad. He'll back away. No chivalry for him, though, Nili, so those knights stay weak till they die.
Finally, chivalry finishing. Double knight production. More spearmen. Oh, not double knight production. 2 knights in the queue. I think still a second stable could make so much sense.
Hera behind by 6 vills.
Wow.
Which is crazy. Because he has not lost.
Yeah, but French bonus. Any vills. Working faster.
Yeah. Always that chance that maybe he's not creating them, but for the most part, you should expect Hera to. Oh, wow, and that's a great defensive attack there for RecoN. And Hera's just going to commit to it. Figures if he's going to take a fight, this is going to be it, but that is not the fight he wants.
Not at all. Knights are getting microed back. Beautiful micro by RecoN.
Yeah, also
2 low HP knights gone.
Yeah, Hera also losing the scout there without getting a villager kill. Hera now is going to have to brace himself, and the Frenchman, look at the saving, the attempt at saving that knight, which will be successful there for RecoN. He's mixing in some farms. You now look at Hera. Hera's got 7 military, and RecoN has 12 military with the greater eco. Just has to worry about his gold right now.
Oh, looking good for RecoN here. Knights are coming over for the defense, and Hera, this is a tricky position for him.
To me, I think Hera's played this game really well. Like, he has played this game so well. He has been a little bold in how aggressive he's been, but it almost feels like if this was a French v French mirror, that Hera would have snowballed the victory further, but...
Yeah, but it's not.
Played so well, yeah.
So is like going double stable knights the right option against French then?
Yeah. Like, Hera's basically said, I have to outplay my opponent here because I'm going to play into something that they're better at, right? He's not
shouldn't you just go for a different unit then?
Yeah, exactly. Like, he has not said, I'm going to out-strategize my opponent. Oh, nice brace there with the spearman. Good job there from RecoN. And tower shooting, and Hera hoping to get value, but again, I think he's going to be thwarted as we finally have some counters. And this is where it hurts, right? You've got these 3 Royal Knights. It's going to hit the hunting cabin, and all those villagers could die.
This could be a GG, honestly. Hera, instant reaction, though.
Instant reaction. So he will save some of these. He loses 1 idle time, though, and now reacting is going to be a problem.
Hera charging in 10 knights there at the gold. Still, idle villagers in the tower, so that's actually good for RecoN, who's now going in with the spearman defense. Oh, this is important that he can hold.
Yeah, if he can hold this, he's got the advantage now against Hera, certainly. But does he have enough? It seems like this is going to be just enough, Nili. Like you said, being in that outpost actually helps him hold this. And that's a fight, I mean, unless the Vills go down, I still think that's a fight that RecoN will take. I missed something else. A little unfortunate for the Vills, but we have RecoN with 47 villagers, 9 military. You've got Hera sitting at 39 Vills, 8 military. Hera is definitely behind.
So off. He had 24 villagers on gold.
I mean,
with 1.1k gold in the bank, and now the knights at the top in again.
Yeah. It like Wong. Like, is he buying food? It's just like he's so exposed too. Like, you could tell all of his focus was on the aggression. It's true. Maybe use the market. Do you know the difference in the rate at the Golden Gate versus the market?
I thought it was 30 tax at all times and won't change.
Okay.
But you can only use like 300 per minute or something.
Okay, so it's got a cap on it. Oh, this fight should be so good for the superior knights. I like how RecoN he's doubling down now on the pressure. Hera is not exactly... He doesn't really have an answer to this from what I can see. And I don't know if Hera will be able to survive this. He's got villagers exposed everywhere. He has no potential for a counterattack. He's losing Vills. He is maybe going to clear this, Nili, but look at all the weak ones in there. If RecoN just micros them down... Oh my god, Hera's got 3 units in there that are below, like, 20 HP.
Yeah, and RecoN, he can just attack again.
Yeah, and then it should clear most of that army.
Oh,
I have to agree with you, Nili.
Hera.
And I mean, it's easy to say when it's not working out, but I have to agree. Maybe you've got to go to the drawing board and do something different if you're in Hera's position than just knights against the Franks.
Extra TC is an option for Roos, right? Because you have so much gold, because you have the better rate, just collect some, collect some wood and build an extra TC.
He still has that gather point set on gold. The guy has 1,300 gold right now. Where's that attack for RecoN, though?
Off.
Where is that attack?
RecoN can just wait, no?
We
have 39 villagers for Hera.
Yeah, it's true.
RecoN sitting at 54.
That's
15
what he's
villagers
doing.
ahead. He doesn't need to attack.
Yeah, he could just go in for the killer blow, but he's instead investing in more defensive options here. Completely fine with doing that. He's got his gold protected. He's even got some spearmen and some royal knights protecting the mill area with all the deer. Very much like to see that. He's got a much better eco balance as well, which is, I mean, that's clear as day with Hera's gold count, right?
Where are we now right now? Oh, 600. So he used the market.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna kill a boar right now.
Another boar. It's nice.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, we've got the is that called the tower? It's an upgraded outpost,
Tristan,
right?
look at the main gold in the center as well, or a bit further down.
Main gold further down. Which one? Hera's got so many.
Well, now we can see the attack, and those are low HP knights. I think this will be a bad fight for Hera.
Yeah, it should be. You've also got some hardened spearmen in there. Hera, very one-sided composition. And this might be the win for RecoN. And truthfully, all these games so far have been very one-sided. Game 1 was one-sided. Game 2 was fairly one-sided. This one was maybe the closest of them all, but Hera couldn't make the most of his opportunities.
Look at this door, Tristan.
Wow.
Knights are moving in. Villagers now starting to fight even. The tower is helping out a bit, or wooden fortress, but it won't be enough.
Ah, that's what it's called. Thank you. I tried to click it there to find out what that's called. Yeah, there will be more army coming in here. Hera can't defend from this. even if he does defend from it, I mean, he's got villagers exposed everywhere. And Hera's just going to add another wooden fortress here to easily be denied. Hera down to 36 vills. This is over. Very similar to game 2 as well, where the losing player just played it on for a while. Maybe
Well,
just
they
to
double
get
the
their mind
population
right.
now. Villagers taking the last fight, and we are going into game number 4 with a 2-1 lead here for RecoN.
Yeah, RecoN, I was a little worried for him after the second game because Hera played so well. And now you have to worry maybe Hera, I mean, he might be kicking himself a little bit for how he played this. Obviously, he will know that Franks are strong. He won with Franks himself in game number 2. We will have a Frankless game 4, potential game 5 now. But great play from RecoN, Nili. And, like, I don't exactly know what Hera could have done differently, but after he loses like that, I think you have to question the approach in terms of the unit composition.
Yeah, but that's something for the next set, right? Something for after the tournament.
Yeah.
Think about it then. Maybe look at some other approaches. I think you have to go for more spearmen. I don't think that knight v knight is really the best option for you. And I think an extra TC makes lots and lots of sense with Roos, and hope that your opponent is making some mistakes against that.
I mean, it's really deceiving when you're watching a game because Hera was moving around so much with his military. And so it makes you feel like, wow, this player has so much control right now. This player is going to dominate the game. But then you look at Hera's gold count and you're like, oh, okay. So this guy's able to micro his army all the time because he doesn't really have the macro that's required. I mean, he's well behind with so many crucial resources. He only had 1,700 wood in that game. That is so low. And he was all gold for him. And also, a map where all the gold's exposed. It's not like he had super safe golds either. So, enjoyable to see the comeback there from RecoN, though. Because for a little while, until Hera took one bad fight, looked like maybe Hera could overwhelm him.
The archer range. That was a weird one.
Yeah,
there I was really scared for RecoN because that's just 150 wood that was never used in a quite early stage of the game. But after that, the Spearman Knight composition just played out really well against basically only Knights.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, well, you know, Frank's looking strong. Hera will understand that. And now I'm trying to remember. Game 1, RecoN won with Mongols. And then game 3 here, he just won with Franks. So he cannot go with Mongols or Franks. The only civ Hera cannot play with is the Franks. And then Hera will get to choose the next map. Or do we expect some type of a land map choice from Hera? That tends to be his forte.
Yeah. I don't think he is the player that really likes water. Actually, his Hulk micro isn't bad, but I'm not sure how much he played water that did not have Hulks included.
Question for you. Is there like a high skill cap to microing Hulks? Because I honestly haven't microed them too much.
I think it's something. You know that you can shoot like 1.5 times as fast if you micro, right?
Yeah. I'm familiar with that, but like...
Okay.
And I like that aspect, by the way. I think that it unfortunately makes the Hulks even stronger, but... Yeah, I don't know. I was just curious because, like, in my mind, micro is like dodging arrows, which you can't do in this, or pulling back weak knights or grouping units positionally. Okay, Nili, we're here finally, and we have RecoN. Some people asking, as they maybe missed the early stages, so we should restate where he comes from. He played a bunch of different games, Age of Mythology, Age of Titans, and he was pretty good there. Did reach top 100 in Age of Empires 2. But certainly nowhere near the heights of Hera, and RecoN finds himself up to 1. He's in the red. Hera is in the blue, and whoa, what an interesting valley this map has here.
The whole center, and to answer where RecoN is coming from, the UK.
Oh yes, that's true. He also lives in the UK, which is actually a massive deal for the UK guys from Age 2 because like they were all super excited to see him, Bling, and Hallis up their level this year. And now, I mean, I know the UK Discord is strong. And I know that they're all probably watching and rooting for him right now. And he deserves it, so. So, 2 sacred sites. No, excuse me. There's 3?
Yep.
3 sacred sites, and then you've got... This is a weird one. Like, so much distance between the players. And yes, you could wall between the cliffs. But I don't even know if that will feel necessary for players at this level. Because distance matters, right? If you want to invest into attack, the opponent can just scout that, and they kind of know that they can
Hera
easily...
loves his camel archers.
Yeah?
Maybe this is the camel, like double archer range camel archer play.
Yeah, maybe. House of Wisdom goes up here for RecoN. Basic thing to remember about this is that you have different wings. And the more wings you add to the House of Wisdom, the more efficient your eco will go. And you can see the structure count here. It shows the benefits of the structures. Basically, it adds eco efficiency. But Nili, lots of time for us to ease into this one.
Yeah, I think, as I said, like this one is the game to prepare some popcorn. I will just simply say this will be the longest game we have seen so far.
Okay. Not the boldest prediction, to be honest. You've made much bolder predictions.
That's true.
One of those predictions, well, first off, all your predictions from the first half of the day look really good. But the prediction for this series is looking especially good as we cast this right now. Because I think you said that RecoN would beat Hera by 1 game, so... Could easily see Hera even responding. Yeah. Oh, you said 3-1, okay.
Yeah. But I wasn't super happy. Like, I gave myself a lot of rope there.
Gotcha. I'm like I've been doing predictions, but I just like say it at the day before to my audience, or I'll just like message Dave or you about it or someone about it and never really like make a video. So there's no video evidence of my bold predictions, and I feel like maybe I should do that more frequently, you know?
Well, what I also wanted to do is like introduce all the players, right? I gave an overview, like who is Lutifron, who is Vortex, what did they do in their life, why are they here, why are they so good?
Sure.
I even forgot one slide that I actually prepared before, like the overview from the beta. But I think that's what people really enjoyed, to get some idea, like who is RecoN, where is he coming from?
I noticed how you put for Kazva's achievements, you said 2nd place in show matches.
2 2nd places in show matches earlier this year.
Because it was against you, yeah. That was cheeky. That was very cheeky. All right, well, just hanging out here, and I guess we just pay attention to the House of Wisdom. I don't know about you, Nili, but these days, I feel like I need some House of Wisdom, man. 5 out of 10 here for RecoN. I'd be at like a 2 out of 10, I think. And Hera at 4 out of 10, so he's a little bit behind there.
What?
What?
5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, House of Wisdom?
Yeah, the structure count.
Buildings. 6 out of 10. Okay.
So you're clearly at 2 out of 10 in your House of Wisdom.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Did we just listen to you figure out the joke? It felt like your brain was... I love that. Your brain was a little bit behind. Thank you, though, Nili. Thank you.
By the way, TC drop by both players, so there will be extra TC play, but no walls.
Just booming.
Which is interesting.
All right, just booming. I'm honestly so blind right now, I don't even see... You said TC drop. Where?
Well, not yet, but they are heavily on wood and stone.
Okay,
and the only thing that you can do with stone...
I was going to say, I'm so confused. I see the... Okay, never mind. It's all right. Like I said, low House of Wisdom for me. But I feel like that's a natural play. I think it puts so much pressure on the offensive player to try and punish it. And it's just so risky. If you don't do damage, then they go for the town center. And town centers do, shoot down units that would come in. You're just going to fall behind there. So, makes sense. For the players who wanted their boomy games, we're going to have that here. Hera delayed with his TC. And I think also that's an important thing to bring up. If people out there are saying, like, X, Y, or Z is wrong with the Sif matchup, or X, Y, or Z is wrong with whatever, I think a lot of it is maps, right? If there's a trend in games playing out a certain way every time, assuming the scenario editor will actually exist at one point, then maps could maybe account for that a little.
Mm-hmm. What they actually did with this one is, I think they use custom maps here. Because they took some generations and only took maps that are not bugged. So we won't have any like map bug restarts, and most of them should be really fair.
When you say they, who is involved in making these maps? Like these are maps
Lord
built into the
Petito,
game,
like
right?
the main admin, was selecting them.
Selecting them, okay.
And I think also basically the main EGC guy.
Yeah, okay, so they selected pre-made maps, but you said like,
ST.
so you're saying
yeah.
that like they chose maps that wouldn't have as issues.
Yeah,
makes sense.
They only chose them. Yeah.
So remember with the Abbasid, like what typically, I mean, the focus is clearly eco here, and as Hera could actually kill a
right-hand
villager
side villager
here.
could go down.
Yeah.
By RecoN. That's
Yeah.
sloppy.
Well, there was a wolf or some animal there a second ago, and it weakened it, and then this isn't going to help matters. Can that survive?
I wouldn't know how.
Well, it survived.
What? I think Hera could have committed there.
Maybe.
Well, you have to think about killing a villager is not 50 food, it's 25 food only. Because
Yeah,
obviously both get their reduction for villager costs.
Yeah, so basically the Civ is really good at aging up and getting a lot of researches. So the key here is you want to look at their structure count in their House of Wisdom. Right now, you're at tier 1, which means the villager gathering rate is plus 10% for all resources. And Hera isn't there yet, actually. Hera is still behind in his efficiency. Plus, he was behind to the TCs. It's actually really bad. 32 vills against
32.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
Not a single upgrade in the mill for either player. Hera has one wood upgrade, the cheap one, and
then
no other
nothing
eco upgrades.
for RecoN, yeah.
So they would think about castling first.
I don't know how I feel about the whole walling thing. We could see another Vil go down to a wolf on the left. I mean, RecoN, I guess like maybe he feels like Hera might be the more aggressive of the two here. But I prefer my villagers working right now. Instead of, you know...
Wolf at the left-hand side,
dying.
Tristan.
Yeah.
That's your spot.
Woo, 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 woo!
What?
The wolves are way too realistic. But yeah, she's gonna die. She won't like it. There she goes. She falls off the map. Beautiful. Graphic stuff.
Sloppy play by RecoN.
Weird, right? Like, I think he might have been engaging with that fight with his scout, so maybe he was distracted, but... I don't know. But he did pull all villagers off of stone, Nili. So that tells me this will be a 2 TC play and only a 2 TC play. I think Hera did the same. Yeah, Hera did the same. So very similar strat.
Yeah, very standard.
Look at Hera's...
Barracks now.
Oh.
And I think it will be mass barracks into mass sprinkled.
So you just think we'll see pikes and springalds from both, and that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how this matchup plays out.
That sounds so thrilling. Like, what?
And that's actually, like... That's crazy micro, then. Setting up your springles. I know Age of Empires 2 players will say it's not micro, but this will be really intense.
You know that time where you didn't get thrilled when I was thrilled about something an hour ago? I am not excited about Springled v Springled. like, obviously Nikov's reputation in Age of Empires 2 is a bit more on the, he will be similar to me where he'll speak out against things that annoy him, right? And it might not necessarily be consistent with balance, but Nikov saying something the other day, he's like, sometimes there's situations where you literally just need to go Springled v Springled. There's nothing to do. Had me laughing a little bit. It's like, it's not how the game should be. But we see a stable now for RecoN.
Angry Nikov is incredibly entertaining.
Oh, I love it, dude. Oh,
I think, by the way, it's going to be Camel Archer play, no?
Well,
No, he's now going for normal archers? Oh, that should just die to Springled, no?
what if we never see a Springled in this game? What if there's 0 Springleds, Nili?
Let me look at the blacksmith somewhere.
Do you
We get it
struggle finding
somewhere.
the blacksmith as well?
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I
It looks
obviously
like a
use my
stable to
hotkey
me.
for it.
Yeah, and there's no go-to hotkey, exactly.
I kind of have one.
What's your go-to?
Control C. No, Control X for blacksmith.
You can set that?
basically Yeah, you can basically a group. You can press if like I do group 9
Okay.
for my blacksmith, and then you can go to group 9. It's Control C for me, Control X for me.
So it's a workaround, is what it is.
It's a workaround, but I have Control X in Age of Empires 2.
Yeah.
So for me, it's actually yeah,
It's not bad.
It's the same
similar.
for me. I just have to put it on group 9 once.
That's actually AoE4 might be a little more enjoyable for me if I use that because I might need to take a look at that because I mean it is a workaround and hopefully it changes in the future. But it will be less of a chore for me, that's for sure. As we see a Springold there for RecoN, and he's also got a
Mangonel on the other
Mangonel.
side.
Yeah.
And a Springold. Oh boy, oh boy.
Whoa, I just went max zoom on this bad boy. Look at it roll. Woo! I feel like the gear is positioned incorrectly right now. Like you've got
yeah, it's a bit floating a bit.
Yeah. Dev's got to
Okay.
get the priorities straight here. Come on. What's Hera's military count? He's got 13. You look at RecoN, and RecoN's at 17. Eco seems similar, and they're both at tier 1 on their House of Wisdom, and that will stay that way for a while. In fact, Hera's at 16, and you've got 24 for RecoN, so I was wrong on that. They're really working their way through. Oh, and Mangonel! We have an uphill battle for RecoN. There's no hill bonus, though, in Age of Empires 4, so it's a little deceiving, but Springold's looking very strong so far for Hera. Are you
more
thrilled?
Springold? It's only Springold and Mangonold.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much a Ram would actually add, because it's still like 900 HP, right?
True.
It should suck up so much.
I have yet to see people making Mangonels to counter Springolds. Like, Springolds, in my mind, is the AoE2 equivalent to a Scorpion, but clearly it's much stronger than
Yeah,
that.
no, it's different, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Range is so much faster. Just look at the projectile speed.
I know. And, like, the Mangonel has so little damage output compared, and yeah, just Springold v Springolds right now. This is thrilling micro.
This is peak AoE4, Tristan!
Peak AoE4. Oh, man.
Mangonel short. Not doing that much. Does 30 damage. Mangonel does only... What?
You can't even take him out with a Mangonel. Like, he just makes Springolds. Are we going to see, like, 50 Springolds v 50 Springolds here?
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah.
Like, seriously, I really feel like the other units offer no value except for making a Springold. That's the only reason a crossbowman exists for Hera right now.
Huh.
We're 14 minutes in.
Mangonels.
This is going to go on for a while because I think, like, with the way that this will play out is it's so easy for the defender to reinforce. And thus it makes the aggressor struggle with getting any kills. And until we get to a point where, like, they fortify areas and make forward buildings, I see this being very tricky.
And Springold do so much damage to Mangonels.
Yeah, look at that. Like, you can use a couple Springolds to take out a Mangonel.
It's like whoever gets to a bombard cannon first wins the game.
Maybe.
How are resources looking?
Yeah, good question here. Total resources.
We can a bit more. That could be macro slipping as well.
He is
Look at
at 30 structures now.
3 farms. Hera starting with farms now as well.
Hera hasn't upgraded to tier 2 yet in his House of Wisdom. So he's at 10% for all resources. And then it's 15% for all resources and research speeds 15% faster for RecoN right
Well,
now.
what do you mean upgraded? Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like
he just
the
needs
wings.
Small building.
Yeah, the wings.
But no, that's something different. Tier
Right?
2 is something you can't upgrade. It basically you just join it.
Well, that's
if you
what
have
I
enough
meant.
buildings.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I used the
Okay,
wrong
okay,
term.
okay,
But
yeah.
like he entered
You
the
don't
tier
need to
2
click
zone.
anything. Entered is a good one. Yeah.
Yes. Or expanded, because it's technically like building. I kind of wish that you could see physical. Like, I wish you could see a little bit more visually on that building, but I do really like the idea. And wow, this is, speaking of visually, this is
There are more
graphically amazing.
towers. There are more towers on the building.
Yeah, but is there 30 more?
Yeah. There, like
Am I missing
for every new age, you get a different tower on the building, and it looks different as well.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on it.
It's actually that's something I actually find really pretty. Rams, by the way, completely dying to Springles, so that was not an option.
Hera's like, no, we're not going to do that. And Hera just has more Springles. I mean, besides the ridiculousness of the fact that it's Springled v Springled right now, I do find the point of view of this fight very pleasing as Hera is coming in, attacking the gate. But it's funny, it's like, you need a Ram to destroy gates fast, but Ram doesn't do anything here, so...
If this is Stonewall, the game is guaranteed to go to him.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
No one could attack.
Hera's... I don't know if he has more vills. He has 84 vills right now. Oh, sorry, that's RecoN. That's 86 for Hera. And now Hera is in tier 2. So, it says activated. Okay, there we go. Activated tier 2.
60 structures is a lot, though. Not sure how more.
All I care about is
he doesn't have a
Springles.
connection to his front buildings.
Yeah. And maybe. Like, surely we're seeing more Springles being created right now, right? Where are the siege workshops at?
You don't need you can
Oh,
build them.
yeah. That's true, my bad. I'm so... As you can see, there's a few things that are still stuck in my
Keep
brain.
at the left-hand side. Hera is not seeing it. This could have been really ugly.
What? I'm sorry?
A keep at the left-hand side.
Ooh.
Hera sees it. Oh, that's really bad for RecoN.
That will not go up. There's no way that goes up. The Springles are here. The Hera will deny that. Doubt will be very pleased with this. And yeah, that's a nice little position for Hera to deny. Also getting some villager kills isn't bad.
Oh, look at that army coming down. Oh, that's something of like Barbecue Turkmen trailer.
In before Spirit of the Law's new YouTube trailer is just a bunch of Springles attacking each other instead of onagers.
Yeah.
Why is Hera making a ram? I swear, like...
Still against the keep, right?
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Until the enemy shows up with Springles. Oh, here come the Vills. Okay, the Vills will complete that. That's really sloppy from Hera, if he lets that happen.
12 Springles again.
The keep! It goes
11.
up! The keep goes up. And the ram is very weak. Hera has to retreat here.
The keep is actually not that crazy. You needed 3 volleys to kill an archer?
Oh, there's another ram on the other side of that, too. by the
Oh,
way.
scouts are going deep into the Springles now.
Well, if there's going to be a counter, maybe that's it. They actually got a few kills. I don't know if it's enough.
Pikeman out of position by RecoN.
Oh, God, the pikeman not taking a good fight at all. And now there's no support for his own Springles, but Hera's lost his own Springles to Springles. This unit...
It was a really bad fight for both players, kind of.
Like, I feel like the fight should have gone better for Hera in a more balanced situation. Well, you know what?
Oh, no.
He is using the crossbows well against the Springles, but he's going to leave.
He's getting crushed now, no?
I should. And he can't, like, split micro away from this, right? So Springles should just destroy.
Slaughtering.
Meanwhile, the Ram going down, like... This is... I think we're going to look back at this game and remember this one, Nili, because there's surely... I could be wrong, but I don't think the devs envisioned this type of composition. But maybe, like... Is there a unit that you
So
can
when
go
Age of
for?
Empires 2 came out, Scorpions benefited from fletching. So he had plus
in the-
3
yeah.
range, plus 3 attack.
And still, no one made Scorpions Kappa. I don't even know, to be honest, because I wasn't around back in the day. You know what's
And more
interesting?
Springles. I think you can't come back against that, right? 12 Springles against 3 now?
The only way is if you make more Springles. Like, it's like, in the French wars, you have knight v knight, and it just snowballs with knights, but now it should be Springled v Springled. Actually, Hera really big mistake to not have a buffer there for his Springles.
He has the Hawkman at the side.
Yeah. Okay, crossbowmer there. Horsemen come in here. Kind of weird that the fight is around the mining camp.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Springles now moving forward again. Hera has 3 Springles in the back. Make that one Springle
make
in
that
the
one
back.
Springle to the back, yeah. He's just going to lose his Springles. And his crossbows have actually stayed alive a lot longer than I expected. But I really don't think using the crossbowman against the Springles is a really good long-term idea. Maybe it is, though. I don't know.
I don't think so. You're not really coming back as well if you're using your crossbows right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're not building more springles.
140 pop for both, and I feel like very little progress has been made here.
45. Well, it comes down to who gets more wood and who gets more gold control, right? Because, yeah, you have your land at the top, but you will run out of resources.
Yeah.
Hera won't have wood in 10 minutes.
I really like the keep on the left side, and even the outpost from RecoN. I think maybe a little bit more of that to the right side to prevent Hera from expanding. But yeah, I actually wanted to check the Houses of Wisdom. 44 out of 60. RecoN on his way to tier 3. And then you've got 32 out of 60. So yeah, it does feel like Hera is behind in this game. But it's like, I don't know. It just feels like it's just like not like anyone can finish off the game right now. That's for sure. Oh, keep getting denied.
The right-hand side.
Did he delete that?
Yeah. It has at least 10% at the start.
Yeah, true.
So, like, instant killing is not a thing in Age of Empires 4.
Yep.
You need to kill 500 HP.
Yeah, I remember that from a bit earlier today. So that should complete. He just backs it up a little bit.
More springles in the center. Hera's dipping in his toes. I don't think that should work.
Oh, God.
Oh,
whoa.
one.
Yeah. As a caster, I hope viewers realize how awkward it is to cast the Springald v Springald fight. It's not like any other engagement. Okay, Springald v Springald. I guess you, in theory, don't want to do overkill damage on a Springald, right? Like, we had 8 kill 1. You could have, like, 3 kill 1, 3 kill another, 3 kill another. Math doesn't completely check out, but yeah, that's something.
Ideally, you want to have multiple groups of 3 Springalds.
Yeah. Gotta love it, like, they decide to just construct a mosque right as the enemy runs through. We need Jesus!
Well, it's trying to control the sacred sites as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a pretty big deal on this map. There are a lot of them, and this one's right next to all this army. Almost fully popped is RecoN, and then you've got Hera almost fully popped as well. So it's been this slow build-up, and still no imp. So many Springalds. But he continues to fire on the same unit. But he is also focusing down the enemy Springalds right now. So that's good. That was actually not bad for Hera. He really did a lot of damage against these Springalds. Took a lot of them down.
Well.
Yeah, wow,
the
that was
Mangonel
sick.
is simply shooting at the Knights the whole time.
Yeah.
The Mangonel didn't focus down the crossbows once.
It was really bad
Heavy
micro.
missed micro.
Maybe overestimating his units there. And Hera's had a lot of faith in the crossbowmen. You know, crossbowmen aren't the most expensive unit as well. Do you remember the cost of a Springald?
Springald costs like 200, no?
Yeah. So, like, yeah, there it is. I see it. So, if that's 200, and a crossbowman is cheaper, then maybe it just comes down to saving
way
resources.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Crossbowman is 80 food, 40 gold.
Good job from Hera there. And I mean, I guess we'll have to see, but I'm still trying to think about potential tech switches. Hera, it seems to has at least found his sweet spot. He likes crossbow and lancer.
And RecoN is now going Mangonel Spearman. Lots of villagers on that gold at the front. Holy moly.
Hera's going to click up
31.
here. Hera's going to go up, or not, say click up. Sorry, he's going to build up towards the next stage. He now has the resources, and so I think really good job from Hera. Take a good fight. You don't feel like you have to invest in the middle quite as much right then. I mean, he still has to actually do it, but he should do it here shortly.
Farm count is just so much better. 31 on food for RecoN. Hera sits at 59.
Oh, that's a Hera thing for you. Might not matter in like the earlier stages of the game. We saw him invest in the farms in game 1. Ooh, oh, that's a huge raid. Outpost isn't going to help too much there. Hera just passing, though. But he should realize. The question is, will RecoN realize and head over to his keep? Is this the equivalent of Hera raiding with Hussars with a lot of farms in H2?
It's very similar right now.
I'm really liking Hera's position now. He's starting to raid a little bit. He doesn't have the fear of any death balls, but we will see a keep go up for RecoN, so he knows he's got to protect that area. That will certainly help, and it might prompt Hera to push forward now. He sees a lot of reactions, and so he might feel the need to take the forward position where his ram is right now.
Hera's economy is just so much better.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It definitely is. And that is on tier 2. And it looks like RecoN has not upgraded his House of Wisdom for quite some time. This is where you should maximize your House of Wisdom, I think. But Hera's like, screw that. Like, I guess if the House of Wisdom increases efficiency, Nili, in the long term, you would have fewer vills. And yet more military, right?
Yeah, correct.
So that's kind of like what you want to shoot for, I think. I mean, shoot, if Hera upgrades that, he already has so many res as is. He does not need this many vills.
I think he just needs a connection between his main base and the front base there.
Yeah. He's building up. He's getting ready. We've got siege workshops. We've got stables. I could be wrong.
Any second now.
But to me, it seems like he has more military production buildings as well.
Not unlikely.
Yeah.
Hera sits at 18 military buildings, while RecoN sits at 12 only.
Yep.
Yeah. Only 4 barracks, 6 stables. That's not a lot for RecoN. Not even an archer range.
Oh, wow. Okay. We have the sacred site being contested on the right for Hera, but he's being attacked by a wolf. Oh, God. And now we've got a fight here, Nili. We've got some lancers. We've got some spearmen. Going in here from RecoN, but he thinks better of it. He's got plenty of mangonels and springles here, though. Oh, please, hit the crossbows. Oh! Oh, good micro from Hera.
Now.
Yeah. For now is the operative word there, Nili. That was very well done from Hera, because it could have been so bad for him. And now he tries to go in for the siege. And wow, great patience from Hera there. And he's going to run right in here. The mangonel will fire, but it fires so slow.
And it fires at the siege workshop, not at the crossbow.
That is maybe the clunkiest unit in AoE4 right now. I have not been overly impressed with the mangonels. It feels like it might even be easier to dodge than a lot of the other units, too. Keep got denied temporarily on the right side. It's just kind of funny. There's an outpost there, and there's also a lancer. I assume that will be completed, but who knows, as both players are focusing on the center fight. And mangonel, Hera has time to run away, and it loads up, and it can't even fire and hit a proper target.
The lancer was actually taking the right-hand side. I think the keep could have been denied.
Yeah.
Because the tower is one-shotting.
I think in the end, Hera would have sent something over
Oh, mangonel
there,
shot from the center, Tristan. Oh, big connections.
Oh, man, a couple units went down there. Hera just using his elite crossbowman and just microing down everything. Springled what, he says? Who cares about Springled? Just, I have so much more confidence in Hera right now. You know? Like, this composition.
It's
and also
so Arbalest
it.
Passa stylish.
Yeah, exactly. It's an AoE2 thing. And I know RecoN will be familiar with that, but it's Hera's sweet spot. And what Hera will do is, like, control the whole map for the next 10 minutes and expand to the sides. He'll probably expand to the left now. And then when he starts forcing enough reactions, he'll start to bring into siege. But he's like, he normally is very late to siege compared to other players because he has faith that he can just never die. Yeah, I think RecoN's kind of in trouble here. Like big trouble, actually. He's not in the Imperial Age yet. So, I mean, he's losing these fights big time.
Like a minute away from it.
Yeah. And if you look at his numbers, he's got 32 military. Hera's looking at 56 right now. This would be the time for the siege for Hera.
Well, let's see. Double mangonel, springled. Bombard cannon, kind of the next unit that we have to see. And yeah, first bombard is out.
There it
for Hera.
is. Boom! You take out that outpost.
Yeah. And that's the unit you can't fight with Castle Age army.
Nope. Yeah, this is the final siege boss right here. They look pretty cool, I have to say. I like the smoke from it as well. It definitely looks a lot better than the dude with the little legs.
Oh, keep at the left-hand side will be denied as well. Hera with nice awareness.
Yeah. That's what we said, right? He's going to expand to the left. He already has the right secured. And as these poor villagers scream, they are not going to be liking life here. Hera's income per minute is just insane right now. It's probably not even necessary, but again, I would say he's going to almost lose the Bombard Cannon there.
Oh, Stringle's now going down.
Yeah.
Oh, sloppy.
Oh, protection, Nili. But can he protect it? Oh, Mangonel? Nothing.
A bit against the Horseman.
Mangonels feel very desperate at this stage, right? Because he probably made them... Ideally, he has Bombard Cannons, but he made them because he needed something soon. And he wasn't in the Imperial Age yet. Now he is. Ooh, okay.
Great macro by Hera, attacking at the right-hand side with his keep and the Bombard as well.
Yeah.
Easily deal with that keep.
And we've got some units on the left side there for RecoN. That's not going to accomplish too much for him. Can he find an answer? Again, it's the military numbers that's important. Hera at 68 military. Look at RecoN. RecoN's at 47. Now, maybe the Mangonels could land a shot. That could change things, but... okay. Bombard Cannon shooting down the Mangonel. The Mangonel's going to fire... Oh, wow, it didn't die to that? They can't range it anymore. Yeah. Rip. I haven't played around with Elite Crossbow versus Mangonel too much, but I will say that Hera's done a pretty good job of keeping this alive this game. Like, I probably would have taken a shot or two more. Also, great recognition from him to realize the Springolds aren't as good as we cracked them up to be in early Castle Age. It feels like it got to a point where they're maybe not worth the price anymore.
Ooh, RecoN pop on it at 60. Hera also only pop on it in 60. This is close. I thought Hera would be winning in like 2 minutes, but this one is surprisingly even.
Yeah, and I might be overly critical here, but I think the play is upgrading your House of Wisdom. Like, upgrading your House of Wisdom, and then your villagers go to be... you know what? It's only a 5% increase. But even production speed goes up 20% then. Like, that would be huge if you can get there. And this is a game where it's going to go late.
Go to the income per minute and look at Hera's stone.
-0. Oh, God. How long has it been like that?
I don't know.
That's
It's not
funny.
even 0, it's -0.
-0, because that makes sense. Yeah, I see that. I mean, there was a time where Hera had a lot more of every resource coming in, but does not have that right now. And RecoN's actually banking more gold, so...
Okay, structure 3. Now we are far away from Golden Age 3 as well.
Super far away for both, yeah. And it feels like Hera has the better castle, or had the better castle positions, but he just lost the one on the left. And did you see why he lost the one on the left?
Bombard Cannon.
Yeah, exactly. Not bad.
Was there with his horses. Now runs into another castle. Nice setup here by RecoN. He set up pretty well for the late game.
Yeah, he's recovered massively. And I think also Hera failed to actually make a considerable push. Might have something to do with his -0 stone, but I mean, these are his production buildings right now. He's got villagers here, and RecoN has recovered. And maybe it also is just elite crossbowmen aren't the best value for your pop here, Nili. They are a low HP unit compared to the elite lancers that have 270 HP, for example.
Think about it, like RecoN didn't build a single archer range this whole game.
Yeah.
Hera is sitting on 11. And full production.
Do you think the sacred sites should have been collected by RecoN? He's been sitting right next to this one for a bit. Also the one on the
even
left.
had the mosque, yeah. Would have been easy, but I think it was contested, uncontested multiple times. So, a bit more tricky.
Can we talk about the pop-up? Population cap reached. Like, the pop-up for going to the next age is fine, but like, I actually don't know if that pops up again if they go below the pop cap and then go back up to the pop cap. I hope not.
I think RecoN just finished the last blacksmith upgrade. He has every single one of them.
Okay.
Hera is still missing 3. But while like armor against range units is probably not needed.
Yeah, sure. I'm really hoping this game doesn't go on for much longer for my bladder's sake. Because let's just say I've been hydrating today, people.
Nice.
But for the content, this is what the people wanted. And, ooh, boy, look at that. Oh,
Big
man.
fight. 3 bombard cannons in the back.
Oh,
only one
Mangonel
bombard
shot.
cannon.
Mangonel's finally landing there as Hera finds himself falling back. 130 vills right now for RecoN, and you've got Hera at 120. So Hera's got more military pop space, and bombard cannons. Mangonel's in trouble.
Somewhat exposed. Horsemen are jumping on there. Not costing gold. Obviously, is nice for the long
That's
run
nice.
here. Bombard cannon won't be saved, losing all the siege.
That was really nice, yeah. Gold free there. But wait a second, you've got Rams for RecoN. He wants to push Hera's right side. I wonder if Hera will notice that. It's very possible he loses that castle as he micros in the middle.
One bombard cannon there, and it's not that easy to deal with that.
Yeah. I'm still a little torn on the crossbowman, Nili. I mean, they've been good situations, but I've gone back and forth with a few units and what's better, what's worse throughout this. But here you have the Rams, and yeah, that should be a keep, that goes down for Hera. He's no military there to deal with that, as we have RecoN now taking the sacred site on the left, finally. But he lost the middle.
He is taking out 2 keeps at the same time, though. And then Hera will be really easily raidable.
Where's the second keep he's taking out? Sorry?
He's taking the one with the 3 rams, and a bit further right with 1 bombard cannon.
Yeah, I see that. That's really good. Give up the middle, take the sides.
Now controlling sacred side at the left-hand side as well.
Oh, wow. It almost puts Hera in a position where he needs to take out this keep from RecoN, but RecoN knows this. RecoN repairing the keep. This is all perfectly played, Nili. Take the side, protect the middle.
I'm not sure if you can repair against 2 bombards, though. He tries to go in deep, and now his elite spearmen here at the front, even doing reasonable damage against all those crossbowmen.
Wow, Hera's population looking good. He takes out the castle. RecoN's population looking better, and he took a good fight with spearmen against crossbows. So I guess, in the end, it seems better for RecoN. He did take out 2 keeps. He only lost 1, and Hera has to fall back here, Nili. This is the long game that we wanted today, or some people needed.
And honestly, like, the right-hand side is not looking too good for Hera. He's so exposed. Center push is coming in as well. Hera, I'm a bit scared for him.
Yeah. I mean, something to point out is that RecoN has 140 vills with 20 idols right now. So he doesn't have the most military, but he's like over booming. But if you can like kill Hera's eco on the right and then maintain a 20-30 vil lead, I think it's going to be looking good for him long term.
He's doing a good job with the outposts everywhere as well. Hera tried to go for a defense, not really happening. The push in the center still continues. And it feels like RecoN is overwhelming. Can RecoN finish this game here?
I think he might. A little switch to the right here, and he will. And Hera he doesn't have enough. And the elite crossbowmen, they're dying to the composition that maybe Hera didn't expect to kill him here. There's so many areas Hera's going to have to abandon as he loses the keep, or starting to lose the keep on the left even. RecoN switching sides. Hera at 140 pop, which is near death in post-imp battle, as it's 190 for the Englishman.
Hera. He might actually fall to RecoN here. Bombard cannon at the left-hand side. Bombard cannon at the right-hand side advancing as well. The major push through the center. I think Hera is falling.
This is it. This is it. RecoN does it. And he says, this is not Age of Empires 2, Hera. This is Age of Empires 4, and he moves on to the semi-final. That was a really good performance from him, Nili. And what a recovery, because it was looking a little awkward for him. Hera denied, I think, 2 or 3 keeps on the sides. And somehow, after all of that, RecoN has all the sides. He has all the control, and Hera is obliterated.
Oh, man.
What's that go back to for Hera there?
It just felt like more knowledge about the matchup, right?
Yeah.
Archer ranges apparently were a mistake. I don't really know, right? I have still no idea how to properly play this matchup.
Sure.
It just felt like mass Springles was the play. And then apparently those elite spearmen are really strong.
Right? And I would say this, and maybe it's unfair to Hera, but maybe Hera, like me and like some of the others as who are trying to adapt, had a little bit too much AoE2 brain, right? We thought Hussar Arbalest. Hussar Arbalest is so good in Age of Empires 2 in that situation. And Spearmen don't even have a world where they should exist. But it worked. And you could see it in the KD there. Overall, I mean, Hera had a lot of food. And what did he want to do with the food? He wanted to make horsemen. But RecoN had more wood. He had more stone and he had more gold. Kind of a weird one, Nili. Maybe... And players shouldn't even take too much from this because it could be that that's just the composition in a mirror matchup. And it wouldn't be like Abbasid would do that against any other AoE4 Civ. But, like, there was a point in that game where it looked like Hera was in the better position in post-imp, correct?
Early imp, it felt like the push should have come in there by Hera.
Yeah,
I think he didn't fully focus on bombards, which is like the key unit in imp.
Yeah. I think a big mistake from Hera was just not pushing his advantage. When he raided on the sides, I was thinking push up the gut, kind of like RecoN did near the end to finish off the game, and Hera kind of lacked the numbers there. So, very weird, but congratulations to RecoN. Again, this guy's not a full-time gamer. He's a regular Joe, like so many of the viewers out there. So, big result for him as he moves on to play in the semi tomorrow. Hera, obviously, with some lessons to learn. And you had brought it up, Nili. RecoN.
What did I predict? What did I predict again before the series?
You predicted 3-1, my friend.
Oh, did I?
And you also brought up a good point that, like, RecoN has been taking this seriously in terms of prep. He doesn't care about what you, me, anyone else thinks of a video or a stream on the internet, and maybe that hurt Hera a little bit. But I'm just excited to see, like, fresh blood move on in an Age of Empires set. That's just cool to me. Hera will be back, I'm sure, and he'll still be around for Age 2. We have the mother of all quarterfinals coming up next. It will be the Viper versus Lucifron, the brother of Vortex, who moved on earlier on in the day in the quarterfinals. So, whew, exciting times.